Before we go back to our dear guest in the studio, Dr. Adel Manna, let's welcome our guest on a phone call live from Oman, the capital of Muscat, Mr. Abdullah Al-Shuaili, the editor-in-chief in the Omani Daily Observer. Good evening, sir, and thank you so much for being with us.
Good evening to you. How are you? How are you
Pleasure
doing?
to have you. What is the importance of exchanging state visits among the leaders of Gulf and the Arab countries?
First of all, I would like to thank you for having me in this interview to talk about the sideline of His Majesty, the visit of His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq to his brother, His Highness Sheikh Mish'al Al-Jabir Al-Ahmed Al-Sabah, the Emir of the state of Kuwait. Talking about the relationship between the two countries, thanks to your guest, Dr. Al-Manna'i, who already covered all the aspects that he's talking about the relationship between the two countries, which is back-rooted into the deep history between the two countries where, as he mentioned, the ships that came from the Kuwait into the Omani port, it's landed there, and then it continued to the other parts of the world. Also, some Omanis family, they are transferring from since 40s, 50s, they are transferring from Oman to work in the Kuwait, helping Kuwaiti's development, and also settled. They are getting married. Also, the student, the Omani student who's study and graduate from the Kuwaiti universities and college also as well. Talking about the relationship between the two countries, it is really going deeply into the history, and it is continuous also with the modern life of our between the Sheikh Mish'al and His Majesty Sultan Qaboos. Back to your questions regarding of the exchange state visit among leaders of the Gulf countries, which is it's fostering diplomatic relation, enhancing the cooperation, and addressing also regional challenges. Really, it is, as you mentioned, it is provided an opportunity for leaders to discuss the bilateral relationship between the regions itself, the strengthened economy, also promoting cultural. And as you know, in the GCC countries, we are, as a family, one big family, whether the leaders themselves, the GCC leaders, or the people of itself. Easily to find some Omanis, they are getting married from Bahrain, they are getting from Kuwaitis. So we can describe ourselves as one big family, one Gulf big family.
You better believe that we are. What about the hopes and the aspiration of nations for better future or partnership among the Gulf countries?
The historic relation, you're talking about the historic relation between the Kuwait and the Oman, right?
Correct.
Yeah, it is. In fact, it is described as a mutual respect, a cooperation and solidarity, dating back centuries into the two countries maintain a very strong relation, cultural, and they are also sharing customs, value, and some common interests. I want to share, or I want to highlight some aspect, which is the relationship between the two countries. It's included, as we witness it today. Both countries, they are signing some 4 MOUs. One of them is in the diplomatic relation, which is enhancing the relationship between the two countries, the Oman and the Kuwait. And we also witnesses also the two countries, they are standing in their diplomatic relation, especially with the Palestinian. If you can see that recently with the Palestinian, the invasion, the Israeli invasion to the Palestine, and how the Oman and Kuwait, they are standing together in trying to force those supporting Palestinian, and they are condemning what the Israelis, what they are doing right now in Gaza and Rafah. That is giving us how the two countries, they are standing together in a diplomatic way. This is just only one aspect that I'm talking about. And the other aspect, which is the economic cooperation, the collaboration between into two countries is also with those MOUs that is signing today, and also in the previous visit of Sheikh Mish'al in last February, when they inaugurated opening the Duqm refinery. All right. Also, that is that in giving very strength to the relationship between the two countries in business and economy. Also, that is a cultural exchange. Also, as your guest, Dr. Manna, he just mentioned that the cultural exchange is growing up between the two countries right now. We can witness some visitors, the Omani visitors or the Kuwaiti visitors, that are the number of Kuwaiti visitors has increased in who is visiting Oman, especially during the Kharif seasons, and the cultural exchange also, and the MOUs that signed between the two countries, also in cultural, in museums, in theaters, in everything. So this is just only what I'm highlighting, the most important things, which is I can see overall. I mean, overall, the Oman and the Kuwait mission is really serving a vital platform.
We hope so. Mr. Al-Shuaili, thank you so much. That was a pleasure talking to you. That was Mr. Abdullah Al-Shuaili, Editor-in-Chief of Oman Daily Observer. Stick around. Dr. Al-Manna is coming back to you.